do we skip?
As a warm-up.
It's a warm-up, good. Why else in boxing might we skip?
Get us started.
Get us started, get us warmed up,
To
yes.
get our energy.
Good, one more.
To get our legs moving.
Get our legs moving. Okay, so, you know what sometimes people call boxing? They call it the sweet science. You ever heard that before? Boxing's the sweet science. Now there was a scientist, real big boxing fan, his name was Isaac Newton. You ever heard of Sir Isaac Newton? What was Sir Isaac Newton's first law of motion? First law of motion, probably, you're going to learn about this probably in grade 10. Objects that are static generally stay static. Objects that are in motion stay in motion. That's why today when we were doing bag, we were working on the pendulum, right? If you are, as Pops was saying, if you're a moving target, it's harder for your opponent to hit you. If you're stationary, it's easier for your opponent to hit you. And if you're stationary, if something coming, I actually have to make the effort of starting to move. If I'm already moving in my pendulum, right, I have an advantage over my opponent. I can be defensive. Good? Good job. Okay, Coach Josh Canty back here. I'm with Brandon, and Brandon is about to show us the difference between the stance. So shape up in your stance, please, Brandon. So this is the static stance. This is what you learn. Step back with the back foot, step, step, step with the forward and front foot, step, step. You step to your right, step, step, step to your left, step, step, in control. I come at him, he creates that range. He wants to come to me. It's always the exterior foot that steps first. Keep that balance. Up on the ball of the back foot at all times, up, up, up. Turn that back foot in for me a little bit. That's it, now you race car. Move backwards for me. Move forwards for me. To the right, to the left. Nice control. Back, back. Very nice. So the difference between the static stance and the dynamic stance, this is why we skip. This is why we use speed ball off of our feet. It's to have that rhythm. So if you're in motion, you're more difficult to hit. So back to your static stance for me, Brandon, up on the ball of that back foot. Now can you give me a little bit of a pendulum moving in and out? Good. Now it becomes more difficult for me to hit Brandon because he's in a more dynamic stance. In his pendulum, we call that. Brandon's now going to demonstrate his stance for me. Please get in your proper stance on the ball of the back foot. This is the basic traditional boxing stance. It's static. What I now want Ryan to transfer to is to the dynamic stance, which we call the pendulum. I want to move in and out, up in your pendulum. That's it. So he's going in and out. And the idea here is objects in motion are likely to stay in motion. Objects that are static stay static. So when he's mobile, he can move a lot more easily than if he's in a stationary stance. That is his pendulum. Okay, so the last thing I want to show today is the pendulum in a group setting. And so I want them to get a partner, and they're going to work a pendulum moving in and out with a partner. You two are starting together. You're just on your pendulum on your own, Kate. Box! Pendulum. In and out. In pendulum, get up. Both feet touch the ground and say, that's better. Keep going. Don't stop. Keep it up. Keep it up. Good work. Pendulum. Keep up in that pendulum. Dynamic stance. And get a new partner. Go! Let's go. Here we go. We go, two champions here against each other in the pendulum shadow box. Good work. Good work. That's it. Close that stance. Checking. Good. Good work. Good movement. Good movement. Pendulum. Stay up. Stay up. Good work. Keep moving. And new partner. Let's go. That's it. Good. Pendulum. Stay up in that. Keep up feet. Keep it up. Keep it up. And float down. Run. Go. 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 And you're on your own. Good work. Hustle, Katie Dunn. Let's go, girl. Get up, get up, get up.